Hello and welcome everyone. This is a review of the Cloudstratus version 2 from the company On from Switzerland. My name is Peter, I'm the co-founder of Runners Lab, and I've been so lucky to test the Cloudstratus version 2. So the testing I've been doing is I did a 20k run, mostly on hard pavements. So let's start. The shoe has 8 millimeters of drop. That means there's 8 millimeters from the heel and to the forefoot. That said, it doesn't feel like 8 millimeter drop when you run in it because it's rounded a little bit in the back here. So when you come into, I run usually with a heel landing. I come in with a heel landing. It kind of helps me get in a little bit later and land on my midfoot, which gives me a really nice rollout in the front of the toe. So that's a good thing. 8 millimeters of drop. The weight is, the shoe's in the heavier category, but it's also for longer distance running and training. So the shoe we weighed the size 8.5 for men's, and it weighed around 300 grams. And the women's shoe here weighed 268 in the size US 7. So 8 millimeter drop, 300 grams. The heel here, let's start in the back. The heel has, compared to the version number 1, is a little bit softer, more cushioning, and it sits a little bit tighter on the foot, on the heel. So I felt quite a bit support in this shoe, and with the heel, that's sitting very well. And the lock here around the arch, I felt really secure in this shoe. I felt really stable as soon as I put the shoe on. And then I got the toe box, almost felt like an Ultra or a Topo with very wide and foot-shaped toe box. But it actually gives a lot of room here in the toes for the toes to move when you run. So it feels very snug around the arch, of course. It feels very snug around the arch and very snug around the heel, and then very roomy in the front of the foot. The roomy forefoot is very healthy for your feet because your toes can move, and also it gives more stability because your big toe can move out a little bit and give you the support you need. So even if you run with a little bit of an overpronation, it's still gonna work for you. So the clouds, you wonder about the clouds. If you haven't tried On running shoes, they work with the clouds here, and the Stratus has a double cloud technology, so it has more cushioning than most other On running shoes. It's actually the most cushioned running shoe from On at this point when I do the review. It's the clouds combined with the helium midsole that gives the shock absorption. So when I push this, I don't know if you can see it, to the table, like this, you can see the clouds. They contracts and expand, contracts, expands. And that gives you quite a bit momentum. It's very soft for the landing, but it expands very fast. So it doesn't feel like a heavy long distance running shoe at least when I run in it. It feels like I want to go forward. So a combination of the clouds, the helium, and also the shape of the shoe that forces me or helps me a little bit more down on the midfoot. It feels like I just want to go fast in this shoe. So I'm very impressed with the shoe so far. So the groove in the middle, actually, in the first On shoes, like years ago, they seemed to pick up rocks when you ran in them because they expanded. You know, they grabbed, like almost took a mouthful of rocks when you kept running. I didn't feel that in this shoe. I ran mostly on hard pavement, but did a little bit of gravel for maybe 3 or 4 kilometers, and I didn't pick up any rocks. So, and the groove is one of the reasons that it feels so good, because the groove here in the middle helps you when you land on the outside of your foot. You kind of stay for this on the soft part of this shoe on the outside a little bit longer before you do the overpronation. So it should help you and protect your body a little bit and give you a soft, smoother ride when you run. So you land on the outside of the sole here, and the groove helps it like expands, and then you move on to your toe and push off there. So that's the reason why the groove is there. So I don't think the shoe would be so great without it. Also, it protects your heel a little bit, so you don't put pressure directly up in the middle of your heel when you run in the shoe. So my excitement of the shoe definitely got fulfilled with this shoe, and I've been waiting for it for about 4 or 5 months since I heard it was coming out, and I'm very impressed. I'm very fortunate that I'm going to be running in this over the summer. So we have the women's shoe here, we have the men's shoe here, and best recommendations of the shoe from me to you. So I hope you want to try it, and good luck and keep on running.